All right, so 10 overlooked 2025 horror films, part two of at least four. So more coming, but for right now, I'm jumping right into this. I literally just finished doing 10 overlooked part one and just pressed record immediately. So I'm just like, fuck it, let's just continue on. Let's do this next list. And if you want to know all the like little extra bonuses and what to watch and all that stuff, you can watch the first video. But for those of you who watch that, I'm just jumping right in. Let's get to it. So, number one, which was A Mother's Embrace, but because Kaylee mentioned it in another video, I then flipped it over to The Parenting. This was on HBO. This was super fucking funny. Almost didn't hear a single person mention this film this year. I laughed so much while watching this. I thought this was such a funny movie. Um, I had such a good time with this. You know, you got parents coming over to this house to meet, and then, of course, the house is haunted. Things start going crazy. Everybody's turning on each other. Tensions are high already. So then, like, once the supernatural elements start coming in, you got Brian Cox in here. He's really funny in this. You got a lot of familiar faces, a lot of people that you would recognize in this one, and I would. This is the kind of movie I'd give like 10 to 15 minutes to. I think Parker Posey's in this as well. Yeah, I'm like positive she is. Um, yeah, I would give this like 10 or 15 minutes. If you're not laughing, you're not going to enjoy this film. There's definitely a good amount of horror in it, but it's almost all comedy horror. This is very much like heavy comedy horror. So if you like comedy horror, definitely check this one out if you missed it. It's on HBO Max. I thought it was a super funny movie and really enjoyed it and didn't see anyone talking about it. Of course, that's why we're talking about this. Next up, number two, not a funny film at all in any way, shape, or form. I was raving this film one after I watched it. This is called Protein. This is about a bodybuilder who comes back from the war and he's all fucked up and all he wants to do is just work out, and he just keeps having these shitheads screwing with him or screwing with people around him, and he takes care of business. And this really shakes things up in the community because no one knows it's him, so everybody starts blaming everybody else and things get completely out of control, insane. And this guy is really just trying to focus on his routine, but he's very poor and he needs protein. So yeah, I really loved this movie. I thought this was super cool. This kind of reminded me of like Rambo, but like a horror version of it in a way. Super sick movie, super cool movie. Heavily recommend this one, and definitely check it out if you can. All right, number three, one of the coolest endings. In fact, my favorite closing credits of the year. Haunting credits. Yeah, when you have good credits that accompany a good movie, that's when you know you got a real winner here. And this was The Beldam. The Beldam was a movie that I knew nothing about pressing play on it. We were watching it and I was like, yeah, this is pretty good. I think the acting is pretty good. I think, I'm intrigued by the plot and everything. But once the reveal comes, I was really like blown away by that and was like, oh shit. And then like what that meant to the rest of the film. And then when we see certain things, and then as I said, during the credits, that's when it really starts to hit, and you're like, damn, and you're just sitting there and the credits are kind of lingering and it's like just playing over in your head and you're just kind of focusing on what's on the screen, but you're also like reflecting on moments and you're like, shit, that was one of the best payoffs of the year for sure. The rest of the movie is good. It's got a good, pretty solid build up, but it's some of it's generic and some of it feels like it's been there, done that, but like stick it through, and then once it ends, hopefully you have that same impact that we did where you're like, oh shit, that totally changes everything. Wow, okay. So The Beldam. All right, number four here, Sayara. Whoa, what a fucking awesome film. um I forget what country this is from. um I can't remember, but is it No, I can't remember. But this is kind of like a martial arts thriller in a way. But it gets really fucked up. It gets really dark. And this is probably my favorite like showdown, like climax. Because like when the plan comes to fruition, you have a young girl here who has trained, is a trained fighter, and she's out for revenge. What she's out for revenge for is fucked up. That whole scene, that happens, that leads her to her revenge, is super uncomfortable to watch. Really fucked up stuff. It's kind of felt like Martyrs in a way. That's kind of what it was reminding me of. Her character reminded me of, I think it's Lucy. Is Lucy the one that's fucked up and is like coming back to the house to kill those people for torturing her as a kid? Whichever character that is. That's kind of who she reminded me of. That's how she acts. Um, and like her showdown with the villains in the end, oh boy, that was gnarly. And it's very hyper realistic in the fighting department, which I really appreciated. And then this probably has my favorite, like, last like 5 to 10 seconds. There's a really, really cool and kind of eerie, haunting shot of something that the character decides to do, and it just is perfect. It's like a chef's kiss ending for me. So an excellent last like 5 10 seconds that just put the cherry on top of a very, very cool film that's uber dark. So definitely check out Sayara. All right, number 5 we have Revelations, a kind of like an exorcism film. You know, I almost never like these. As you guys know, like every once in a while, one comes along, like the Devil's Stay, which I think made my end of the year like overlooked films from last year, which I think ended up only really being seen by people this year primarily. But I really like that one, and I also really like this. This is a Netflix film. I think it's Korean, and it's a really cool film that plays around with some characters in a way that these types of movies don't usually, which I really dug about this film. It just felt like it was a different style of film like that, where you have like, it's like the opposing forces. One person's like the believer, the other one isn't. They're both going after something, and I really liked how all that played out. I thought it was a very cool film, and I typically do not recommend films like this, but this one I did quite like, and this was on Netflix. All right, number 6, a film I saw pretty early on in the year. This is much more like sci-fi. Kind of reminds me of like Frequency with Dennis Quaid, something like that. This one's called Lifeline with Josh Stewart, from the Collector movies. Yeah, I thought this was a really, really like touching film in a lot of ways, and I thought that the thrilling aspects of it were pretty tense. But I thought this had some profound moments, and yeah, I mean, he of course, like he's a lifeline like operator who takes phone calls of people who are down and feeling like they might take their own life and that kind of stuff, and he tries to talk them out of it, and he's there alone at night, and he starts talking to someone who he's starts to realize and put together who it might be, and it really alters how he views things. And I thought this was a very cool film. If you like those films where people are talking to somebody on the phone a lot, like the movie The Caller, or The Call, not the fucking like Lin Shaye movie. No. This I think it was an Asian remake of The Caller with Steven Moser. That's a cool fucking movie. I really like that movie a lot, and there's also another version of it. But anyway, if you like those types of movies, like Frequency, where people are on the phone and they're having conversations and they're kind of piecing things together, and they're like, impossible things are happening. This is a really, really cool one. Never heard anyone talk about it, and I really gave it a really high rating. Okay, another movie that came out last year. It got a decent amount of like it went into theaters. I saw a little bit of promotion on this one, but then it kind of disappeared, and then I didn't see it until 2025 because I think it came limited into theaters in maybe late 24 or whatever. But this is Opus. I really enjoyed the hell out of this movie. I saw a lot of negativity towards this one. Maybe this is one that I should have put on the like movies that I liked that everyone else seemed to dislike. But I saw some people dogging on it, but most people just skipped it or never even heard of it. It's got the girl from The Bear, John Malkovich. It's got quite a few faces in it, but it's like this girl who's invited to go to meet this like celebrity musician played by John Malkovich, who puts on this event for everyone to come to, and they go to this compound where he lives, and he has all these people outside who worship him, and shit gets really weird. It kind of reminded me of The Menu a little bit with Anya Taylor-Joy and Ralph Fiennes, but I liked it. I liked it a lot, and I was pretty bummed because it's an A24 film, and I felt like Cynthia. No, I'm sorry. That's that Wicked. What's the girl's name? Ayo, Ayo. Is that her first name? The girl from The Bear. I don't know her fucking name, but she's really good in it. And yeah, I really enjoyed this one. So I don't know where if I should have put this on the like and everyone disliked list or here. Or did you guys see this one? Did you see Opus? Did you skip it because everyone was dogging on it or whatnot? But I like this one. I really like this one, and just didn't see many people bring it up. All right, next up, we got a movie from Netflix, another Asian film here, Sumala. Sumala was a really cool film. I really like this one. Of course, I'm mentioning this. Why do I keep saying that? I say it because it's true. I really like this. Sumala. This is about a woman who can't get pregnant, so she goes to like this um, like witch doctor basically, and she's like, get me pregnant. I need to bring my son, like my husband, like an heir. And she's like, okay, like I'll do this for you, but know that like you're gonna have twins, and you have to treat them equally, and you're not gonna know which is which or whatever. One will look one way, whatever, but you have to treat them equally, and the devil will come and take the kid. Of course, they end up trying to like kill the kid, and so then the devil wants the other kid, and Sumala is this becomes this like evil kid. It's a cool film. It's got some pretty gnarly gore. It's got some really good moments in it. I thought this was a very cool Netflix Asian film that just kind of dropped and no one talked about. I thought the look of Somala and that stuff was really cool. Good movie. Good movie. Totally overlooked. That's the point. Another Asian film here. This is one that I saw in the festivals. Then it just dropped very quietly on Prime. Maybe a month or two after I watched this in one of the festivals. And this is called Host. Not the Rob Savage film on the laptops. No, different Host. This one's about a boarding school for girls. It's more like a prison on an island, basically. And this girl comes here, and she's being bullied by the head girl who's like the top dog in the prison or whatever. And yeah, there's something that girl brings along with her to the island, and she doesn't like anyone messing with her girl. So there's the main girl, and then the ghost that comes along with her, and the ghost doesn't like when anyone bullies her girl. So she starts taking it out on anyone who's mean to her. Very cool film. Very cool film, and it has a extremely satisfying ending. I was really nervous for about a while with this movie in the end because I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then I was like, yes, what a wonderful ending. So big thumbs up on the ending here. All right, number 10, final film here. Where was this one? This might be yeah, I think this is a Shudder movie. This is with Olga Kurilenko. She had a few films this year. I actually liked the movie Turbulence. I'll throw another movie out here that she was in this year that I quite liked. That was a hot air balloon movie where it's like all quarters, like, four people. Kelsey Grammer's in it as well. And they get into a hot air balloon, and then, of course, things start happening. Secrets come out. People start dying. There's a really gnarly death in it, and actually a really satisfying uh, ending for me. So anyway, yeah, Olga Kurylenko, another film here, Other. I threw in a bonus little extra Turbulence movie, but Other's the one we're here to talk about. She, you know, something happens. She goes to this house to kind of oversee it because I think she's trying to sell it. Um, and yeah, she starts to find these tapes that start to tell her something about her past. She starts remembering things, and she's dealing with her past demons. And there's this kid outside, and really cool, really, really good ending too. That's, I think, a pretty reoccurring theme here with a lot of these movies. Is these had really solid endings, and I thought this movie had a very, very memorable ending that really elevated this film, because I thought thematically it really resonated with me in the end. Thinking back about the rest of the film and what it's trying to say about this character, and like what she's went through in the past and who she is now, and I just thought it was a really like beautiful film, but in a pretty messed up way. Of course, she has to get there through these terrible means, but a really, really cool ending, and some good visuals there in the end. So, Other, definitely check this one out if you missed it. So there's 10 more, 2 more lists to come at least, and I think I'll be done for the night. But regardless, there you go, and I'll see you in the next one. Adios.